Hello friends, I am Hardeep Singh from Gati Group of Classes welcomes you on our YouTube channel. Guys, today we have a topic that is class 10 CBSE History Chapter 1, that is nationalism in Europe. So this video also has been made in Hindi language also. So you can visit our channel and you can see those videos also. So let's start without wasting any time. So here is the chapter that is the nationalism in Europe, and the subtopics that we are going to cover in this video. Those are: what did nationalism stands for? The print of Frederick Sorrow, that will be full explanation. French Revolution and the idea of the nation, and Napoleon Bonaparte. These four of the topics that we are going to cover in this video. So let's start. First of all, we have a question that is, what did nationalism stands for? First of all, we should know that what is nationalism? What is the meaning of nationalism? It's a very simple thing. Nationalism, that is a political, social and economic ideology. Actually, it is the interest of a particular nation. When you are a, like, if you are living in a country, such as we can take an example of India. If you are living in India, you should have respect, that type of respect, that you want to liberate your nation, or you want to make it better. So that thing only should be according to your own nation, not for the other nations. First of all, the gaining and the maintaining the nation's sovereignty over its homeland. That is only just about your homeland, not for the other countries. If that is for the other countries, that it is not a nationalism. So let's start with the facts about Europe. There are few facts about the Europe. First of all, Europe is a continent that we already know. Countries, 50 sovereign countries are there, and 6 are with the limited recognition. Those are not fully sovereign. Languages the used in Europe, that those are Russian, German, French, Italian, English, Spanish, Polish, Ukrainian, Romanian, Dutch. These are the few languages that they are using. And now we have a topic that is the idea of worldwide democratic and social republics. This is the name of the print. Which print has been shown on your screen? That is the name of the print. The dream of worldwide democratic and social republics, the pact between nation, a print. So first of all, there are few things that we are going to cover in this video. In this special, in this point, that there are few symbols that we will see after them. Like this is the symbol liberty. There is a one more symbol, that is a charter act. The one is the torch of enlightenment, and then all different nation flags, and also there is a Jesus Christ. Also we can see the scattered over here. Now we are going to recover in these things in this video. So let's start with the artist. First of all, the artist of this print, that is the Frederick Sorrow. In which year that has been made? That is in 1848. What is shown on this picture? That is utopian vision. Actually, what is the meaning of utopian vision? Utopian vision is that vision which does not actually exist, but it exists in the mind of people, that it will happen in the future, we can say it. Symbols which are shown over there: Statue of Liberty, that you already know, Charter Act of Human Rights in one hand, burning torch in the hand, shattered of absolute and dictatorship, flags of different countries, and as well as their dresses. So these all are the symbols has been shown over there. Now the people of USA and Switzerland leading the countries, all countries, like France tricolor flag, Germans we can see over there black, red and golden color flag. France also, America, Switzerland, Germany, Austria, two Sicilies, Lombardy, Poland, England, Ireland, Hungary and Russia. These all are following these countries. So we can say over here, like Statue of Liberty, that is a symbol of freedom. We already know that liberty, a simple mean that has a freedom. What is the meaning of Charter Act of Human Rights? Is what symbol has been used? That all the rights that has been written of the people, those in that Charter Act, as well as in India, there is these all the rights are written in the Constitution. And one more thing, that is the burning torch in the hand. This is the symbol of, we can say, like enlightenment. Okay, so this is the main issue is there. Shattered of absolute and dictatorship means now there has been started a republic, or we can say that is a democracy. And now all the rest of the things like absolute and dictatorship, that has been stopped now. And the flags of the different countries and their national dresses, because at that time no nation was republic, so everyone was holding their flag and they were in the hope that it will happen in the future. So let's start another things. First of all, upper part of the Jesus Christ, there are few things like angels and saints we have seen, and there is also written in that form, that is fraternity, and here is the Jesus Christ picture is there. And this fraternity means there is a we can say like a brotherhood between the different ethnic groups. Now the topic is the French Revolution and the idea of nation, and the year is 1789. History is all about years, so you should remember these years along with these things. So French Revolution, already we have been talked about this in ninth class also. So let's see, to show the collective unity, how they have shown their collective unity. First of all, we can say over here La Patrie. La Patrie simple means that is the fatherland, and la citoyen, that means simple means the citizens, that we all are the citizens of the same fatherland. Third one is the French tricolor replaced royal centered. Actually, in the earlier time, at the time of Louis XVI, there was a flag that was a royal centered flag, but now that has been replaced and the French tricolor flag has been started over there. Now the next thing is the National Assembly, that is renamed to State General. Now National Assembly, which has been made at that time by the public, now it has been renamed as State General. And new hymns, oaths, commemoration of matres of the name of the nation. Like we can say over there that if any of the minister is going to take an oath, that they will take the oath on the name of the nation. And if any IPS, IAS, they are going to take oath, that will be on the name of the nation. So as the same over here, that they all made these oaths on the name of the nation, so that everyone have to work and have to be for the nation. Next thing is the centralized administration system and uniform laws. Uniform laws means equal laws for every person. There is nothing discrimination over there. And the centralized administration means in all over the country there will be a single administration. Next thing is abolition of internal duties and manorial dues. Manor, that simple means, what is the meaning of manorial dues? Manor, these are the actually the palace of the landlord, for which, for what the peasants have to pay some of the things like some taxes, we can say they are paying to them, that is for the manor, and they are working free over there. So now that all manorial dues has been stopped now. And one more thing, that is uniform system of weight and measures that has been introduced, which will be discussed in the Napoleon Bonaparte also. And one more thing, that is the use of French as a common language. Earlier, that French language was used in only and only in Paris. And regional dialects, now those has been discouraged, that not every language will be nationalized. Destiny of the French armies to liberate Europe from the despotism. Now this was the thing that French armies, they were thinking now this is their duty to liberate whole over the Europe from this type of despotism and this type of monarchies, we can say. Setting up of Jacobin clubs. Now many of the new Jacobin clubs those has been started. What does that Jacobin clubs do? They just do whatever the things like they just plan the things for the revolution and these all the things against the monarch. Now 1790s time period, French armies now moved to Holland, Switzerland and Belgium. For what? To just liberate them. So the next point and the next topic is the Napoleon Bonaparte. Now we have a time period of 15th August 1769 to 5 May 1821. This is the time period of Napoleon Bonaparte, and we are going to discuss about the Napoleonic Code of 1804, which is also known as Civil Code of 1804. This thing you have to remember these things. Now, what are the points? First of all, the return of monarchy and destroyed democracy. When Napoleon Bonaparte came into power, he just returned himself to monarchy. Now he established monarchy again, and they just destroyed democracy. Second thing is the administrative reforms has been done at that time. Third one is the removal of the privileges based on worth. Whatever the privileges has been given earlier to like first estate, second estate, now those all privileges has been taken from the people. And fourth one is the equality before the law and right to property. Now everyone will got equality before law. Whether it's a king, whether it's a common person, they all will be equal. And they all will be having a right to property. Now they can own their own property. Fifth one is the abolished feudal system. Now, feudal system, which was the earlier relationship between the landlord and the peasants, at that time bonded labor also was kept. But now these all the peasants, those has been made free from the serfdom as well as from the manorial dues. Now, the sixth one is the removal of the guild restriction in the towns. Actually, at the earlier stance, there were few of the guild. What is the meaning of guild? Guild means groups, we can say, and we can also say them like unions. We can say that taxi union, these different type of unions we can say. Now that all has been removed. Now everyone was allowed to make their own union as well as their groups. Seventh is improvement in the transport and communication has been done, and uniform laws, weight and measures, and a common national currency that has been introduced. Earlier, there was no common national currency. There were the different type of currency in each state. Confederation of 39 states. This is the most important point that has been done at the time of the Napoleon Bonaparte. That a whole of the France that has been divided into 39 states. Now that is known as Confederation of 39 states. This was the only thing which has been not destroyed by the Congress of Vienna. And one more thing is that the reaction of the local population to the French rule was mixed. Actually, at the earlier time, though, people were very happy. Now the French armies are coming, so it will be very helpful to us to liberate ourselves. But after some time, there was a mixture of the, we can say, like of the reaction. Like in the Holland, Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Mainz, Milan, Warsaw, French armies were welcomed as the harbingers of liberty. But after some time, when the army also started some of the we can say that conspirations are there, taxation is there, so it will be problematic for the people. Now if they liberate themselves from the monarch, now they will be in the hand of the army. And French army is now required to conquer the rest of the Europe. They were in the eyes that we have to conquer whole of the Europe now. So guys, this video has been ended over here. If you like the video, then please hit the like button as well as share the video. And if you are a new one, then please subscribe our channel so that you can get all the notification on the times. Thank you very much guys. Bye bye everyone.